What say you? We get cooking here. I imagine we'll have us a busy one. It's Friday morning. Got a lot going on. It sounds like Trump is gonna be heading to the Middle East here before much longer. Not even be today, right? He's doing Walter Reed and um visiting visiting the soldiers and doing his annual physical, and then presumably getting out across the pond to the Middle East. All right. Sorry, I'm gonna get my screen situation squared away here, shared for Zoom. There we go. Okay, have a look here. Oh, Earth 7.4 magnitude earthquake in the Philippines just earlier today. Middle of this poor guy's wedding. Oh. Uh-oh. Whoa. Dang, man. Luckily, that thing looks pretty sturdy, I guess. All right. There's popping out my chats there. Okay. Oh, this nasty woman right here in Virginia.
I think that within my administration,
I think they just had their debate last night. It was a freaking disaster, if you ask me. I mean, not that it was good for her. It was just like cringe. The whole thing was just cringe.
you know, a focus on, Northam brought in that position, right? A cabinet level position focused on DEI. And so I think sometimes in the larger, political discussion, it's, what does that mean? Well, what it meant in that administration is that there was someone who was bringing a lens of intentionality and inclusivity, and how do we view history here in Virginia, and what are some laws that may still be on the books that reflect a different era, that if you have someone looking at them with that level of intentionality, maybe we want to take them off the books. And nobody actually enforces those laws anymore is maybe we want to do a little better than that.
Yeah. I have to say, from what I've seen of the debate, it's just proven out further what I've been saying about Winsome Sears all along. Not a strong candidate. Not a strong candidate. Not that it's really terribly difficult when you're up against this absolute garbage, but she just came off like obnoxious and both dead. The whole thing is just a freaking disaster. Let's see if we can find a good example.
Democratic Attorney General nominee Jay Jones admits he sent text messages to a colleague referencing former Republican House Speaker Todd Gilbert. Here's what he wrote.
Jones. 3 people,
Ooh.
2 bullets. Gilbert.
Okay, well, I missed this one. Definitely want to see this, no matter like how cringe or not this was, because this is like a crucial, going to be a pretty crucial issue in the Virginia election. It's just astonishing that Jones is not being completely disavowed by basically his entire party at this point. The fact that hasn't is not a good sign.
Hitler, Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. Colleague.
Likely going to lose the election for him, so that's good, but...
Jay, please stop. Jones. LOL, okay. I mean, do
Definitely not a good sign for us as a society.
I think Todd and Jennifer are evil and that they're breeding little fascists? Yes.
Unreal.
Colleague. You were talking about hoping Jennifer Gilbert's children would die. Jones. Yes, I've told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy.
Volume low. Yeah, let me check. Might have not checked the share soundbox. There you go.
Jay Jones has apologized and says he takes full responsibility for those messages. Ms. Bamberger, you have called the comments disgusting and said you condemn violence. The question for you tonight is, were you aware of these messages before they were released publicly, and will you continue to endorse Jay Jones as the next Attorney General of Virginia? You have 60 seconds.
The comments that Jay Jones made are absolutely abhorrent.
Is this the first time she's ever really had to address them at length? I think it might be.
I denounced them when I learned of them, and I
Yeah, kinda, sort of.
will denounce them every opportunity I get.
But not to the point of telling his ass to drop the heck out of the race. Oh no.
As a mother, as a public servant, as a candidate for governor, I denounce them.
But not really. You say you do, but you don't.
And it is important that candidates always denounce violence on no matter which side of the aisle. Violence, violent rhetoric.
If I had to pick at Sears at all for the performance, from what I saw the entire night, it was just like interrupting your opponent when they're making a mistake. Like she kept doing it, and it just came off as like obnoxious and catty. And what you should have done is like just shut up and let this moron talk.
We should always be focused and forceful in our denouncement of it.
There it is. Case in point.
And importantly,
Unreal.
Please.
What? Why? Shut up. She's doing a perfect job all on her own, Winsome. What are you doing?
my opponent, unfortunately, only denounces violence when her side is the target. I hope
like that,
into the
Abigail.
future she will endeavor to denounce violent rhetoric and violence no matter who the victim. And tonight, Lieutenant Governor
Are
Earl
you just
Sears,
denouncing
I
it,
will
or
say, you routinely referred to me
Ms.
as
Earl
your
Sears, Ms. Earl
enemy.
Sears, just please
You
give her a chance to
routinely
respond.
refer to me as your enemy. I'm not your enemy. You are not my enemy. We are political opponents, and tonight voters are here to listen to
today
the
you're
policy
saying that,
differences.
And here she goes again.
Ms. Earl Sears.
have.
Your
Ms. Earl
rage.
Sears,
So as
please
we
give her a
move
chance.
forward, we
We will both
must
have chance to
continue
respond.
to set a good example for all of our children.
Thank you, Ms. Bamberger. I didn't hear an answer.
And by the way, yes, let me pop into the YouTube chat. I see a few messages I want to pull up. Professor Falcon says, "Good morning, Pam. It's been a while. I used to be one of those researchers in the basement. Hey, on the very first Discord. Yeah, then they banned us. Then Discord banned us, and then YouTube banned us, and then everyone banned us, and then Well, no one could find us anymore. Believe it or not, we were still here. We were still here the whole time, just broadcasting on other platforms, DLive, Rumble. But yes, we are now finally back after YouTube holding about face. I see Kenny Hernandez saying, "Where has this channel been? Didn't it get banned?" You bet it did. And then it got unbanned. Yeah.
Answer there on the endorsement issue. So I want to
After 5 freaking years, out of nowhere, just so weird. Definitely seems like some people in Congress have been actually, doing their job, thankfully for once, and putting pressure on YouTube.
just make sure, will you continue to endorse Jay Jones to be the next Attorney General of Virginia? And were you aware of these text messages before they released? You have 30 seconds.
In fact, it appears that it was the
Spamberger, this idiot, just like can't answer her questions. Very, very simple stuff they threw at her, like yes or no stuff in a lot of cases. And she just, like, it got so bad that the moderator had to like literally redirect her multiple times at the end of multiple different questions. This is probably one of them, and had to say to her, Ms. Spamberger, the question was that we asked you to answer blah 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 blah. We're going to give you another 15 seconds to address the question, the original question, which you didn't address. Go. And she'd do it again. She'd do it again. It was the most infuriating, absurd debate I've seen. Well, I guess probably since the Biden-Trump debate, but or well, I don't know. Maybe I can't decide if is Kamala Trump top Biden-Trump or the other way around. Curious what Kat thinks on that one.
those who released the text messages and held them for years, so the public was unaware who had knowledge of these text messages for many years. I learned of these text messages the day that they came out, and I denounced them as soon as I learned of them.
Denounces murder.
And
Earl Sayers.
No, but you didn't really denounce them because he's still your AG, would be AG anyway.
importantly,
Why haven't you called for him to leave, to drop out?
at this point,
That would be denouncing.
as we move forward, the voters now have this information that was withheld for them,
You're running to be
presumably for
Ms. Earl Sayers,
political
please.
reasons. But the voters now have the information, and it is up to voters to make an individual choice based on this information.
Ms. Bamberger, I understand what you're saying about the voters, but for you yourself, do you still continue to endorse Jay Jones? 15 seconds, yes or no?
We are all running our individual races. I believe my opponent has said that about her lieutenant governor nominee.
Ms. Earl Sayers,
And it's
Ms. Earl
up
Sayers.
to every person to make their own decision. I am running my race to serve Virginia, and that is what I intend to do.
Serve us up on a silver platter for, rich industrialists.
Thank
Yay!
you, Ms. Bamberger.
Probably mostly foreign ones.
We just want to clarify, what you're saying is that as of now, you still endorse Jay Jones as Attorney General.
I'm saying as of now, it's up to every voter to make their own individual decision. I am running for governor. I am accountable for the words that I say, for the acts that I take, for the policies that I have.
But not apparently for your own AG.
But-
Or, the guy you want to be AG.
out.
Thank you.
I am responsible for the policies I put out and the work I will endeavor to do tirelessly
You are
for the
responsible
people
as
of
governor.
Virginia.
Thank you, Ms. Spamberger. Ms. Earl Sears, before we get to rebuttals, because we will get to rebuttals, we have a question for you. While there is no
Yep. Sears just pulled that crap the whole time too, like just coming off like there were so many points in so many different clips I've seen where I just found myself thinking, shut up, Winsome, let her talk. Just let her dig her hole. She's doing a great job all by herself. Why do you need to just stick yourself in there? Like, she's doing just fine. You don't even need to do anything. Spamberger's a moron. she'll do all your work for you. Unfortunately, instead of doing that, she just kind of like came off as a catty, interrupty woman, which no one likes. No one likes that. Zoran Mamdani refuses to credit Trump over the Gaza deal, as other New York Democrats are offering tepid kudos. Tell me.
Zoran the moron, a.k.a.
This idiot.
Zoran the zero, a.k.a. the asshole
Michael, what's his name?
of Astoria, a.k.a. Dick Stain, Zoran
Hey, Mamdani.
Mondami.
Okay, Michael Rappaport. Very good. Very good, sir.
Gains was just under $19,000.
We got Letitia. There's Letitia complaining. I bet she is.
And they lay out the technical was just under $19,000. And they lay out the technical pieces of evidence in the documents. What the key issue, obviously, is criminal intent. Do they have evidence that she knowingly?
She did. She knew.
Misrepresented to the banks, or was it just a paperwork error, or was it inadvertent, or did she or was it inadvertent, or did she
inadvertent
or people associated with her not understand the rules here? All of those are possibilities. All of those are defenses. Anyone who's filled out more. Did she or people associated with her not understand the rules here?
Do you think she could plead ignorance?
All of those
that would fly.
Are possibilities. Really? All of those are
her, an attorney general of the state of New York.
Defenses. Anyone who's filled out mortgage documents.
I just didn't know the law, sir.
Knows this is a complex world, but look, this is serious, as you said.
Is this serious? Really, MSNBC? Come on.
Bank fraud carries complex world, but look, this is convicted on a first offense would get that sentence, but it's an extremely serious use of the Justice Department to prosecute someone for what looks like a technical violation here.
Not doing well over at MSNBC, clearly. Not having a sane one. Oh, dear God. Canadians, what are you doing?
For the last 7 years, Jonathan Bédard, Eric Leblanc, and Justin Maheu have been waiting to become parents together, something that officially happened yesterday.
She's perfect, of course, like Annie. She's curious, she's energetic, she loves to play, she loves to jump, she loves to dance.
They adopted their 3-year-old through Quebec's Youth Protection Services, but first had to be approved as foster parents, something that required a lot of work and openness, they say, to their relationship.
We had a lot of things to go through in order to be able to have that accreditation, and it's through that process that they learned that we are a little different because we're 3, but we're
You don't say.
Not different from any other family.
Some other
I'm gonna have to defer with you on that one. What are you doing, Canada?
This is nothing more than...
Here we go. Here's Letitia's statement after the indictment last night. I haven't seen the full thing yet.
This is nothing more than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system.
Are you kidding me?
He's forcing federal law.
But when you did, it was fine, right? It was all good.
Law enforcement agencies to do his bidding. All because I did my job as the New York State Attorney General. These charges are based...
Unbelievable.
And the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost. The president's actions are a grave violation of our constitutional order and have drawn...
Like, she herself is guilty of that. Like really badly, too. She, like, all of her past statements about, you know, all of the stupid events they did in the churches where she'd get up there and just rag on the orange man. Ridiculous.
On sharp
We're gonna get him.
Criticism from members of both parties. His decision to fire a United States attorney who refused to bring charges against me and replace them with someone who is blindly loyal not to the law, but to the president, is antithetical to the bedrock principles of our country.
Oh, she's laying it on thick.
This is the time for leaders on both sides of the aisle to speak out against this blatant perversion of our system of justice.
Shit.
I stand strongly behind my office's litigation against the Trump Organization. We conducted a 2-year investigation based on the facts and evidence, not politics.
Okay.
Judges have upheld the trial court's finding that Donald Trump, his company, and his 2 sons are liable for fraud. I'm a proud woman of faith, and I know that faith and fear cannot share the same space. And so today, I'm not fearful. I'm fearless. And as my faith teaches me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Okay.
We will fight these baseless charges aggressively.
Okay.
And my office will continue to fiercely protect New Yorkers and their rights. And I will continue to do my job.
Good golly. This is gonna be a fun one watching this play out, isn't it? The more she talks, the more fun I have. Like, yeah, I honestly kind of can't tell either. UK Looney 76 is this AI? I had the same thought. I had the same thought when I first saw it. Like, is this like for real? Really? Is this what she's doing? I don't know, man. You never know. Absolutely nutty. Another Black Lives Matter activist indicted in Fargo for defrauding money from a nonprofit meant to help poor black kids.
A well-known Black Lives Matter activist in Fargo is expected to plead guilty of theft charges. Court records say that Faith Dixon and her husband Charles Dixon used a nonprofit to defraud the state of thousands of dollars. North Dakota BCI began looking into the case in September of 2023. Now, instead of using the money to help children, Dixon kept the money for herself as well as family members. Change of plea hearing for Faith is scheduled for October 20th, and a felony jury trial is scheduled for her husband on November 18th. A well-known Black Lives Matter activist in...
Surprise, surprise! Said no one. Oh, okay, why not? Let's check it.
If what people are saying they're afraid of is that Trump did something gross with women,
I really don't.
I just want to be clear. I do not believe that.
Yeah,
I'm not covering
you.
for Trump. I just don't think that's true. I've never seen any indication of it, and I've talked to people, to be totally honest with you, close to Epstein, very close to Epstein, who've told me off camera, in private, nah, it's not. Trump never did that shit. So I don't think it's about that. But why is no one talking to Les Wexner? And if what people are saying they're...
Well, that last part is a very good question. Very good question indeed. Hopefully it'll come back around to Wexner eventually. In due time. Alright, I think that's all I had tagged, really. Now, I know Miss Steph has been at it all morning. I think we started off first up with the president's schedule for the day. I gotta find that. We'll start there. Oh yeah, we got lots to get to, you guys. That's fun. There it is. All right. Who's that? U.S. Senate confirms Trump nominee Jennifer Lee Mascot, the U.S. Circuit Court judge for the Third Circuit. Activist judges are being canceled out slowly but surely. It's a long process. Thankfully, they seem to be well aware and on it. Cool. All right. Well, that's yesterday. Here's the president's schedule for today. 9 a.m. pool call time. 10 a.m. the president departs to Walter Reed. First Lady makes an announcement at 11. That's right. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know that anyone knows just yet. But president arrives at the White House at 3 o'clock. And then the president makes an announcement at 5. I wonder what that will be about. I think maybe something to do with the Middle East. Be officially announcing his trip. Could be something else, though. I mean, we'll see. Yep, Trump making an announcement from the Oval Office today, 5 p.m. Walter Reed at 10 a.m. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado has been awarded the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela, for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy.
The Nobel Peace Prize for 2025 goes to a brave and committed champion of peace, to a woman who keeps the flame of democracy burning amidst a growing darkness. The Norwegian Nobel Committee has decided.
I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't, but you're gonna have to prove it to me, sir.
Decided,
especially these days,
to award the Nobel Peace Prize for 2025 to Maria Corina Machado. She is receiving the Nobel Peace Prize for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela and for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from
Central and South American politics are so freaking weird.
Dictatorship to democracy.
Sketchy, very sketchy. All of it. You're basically just all communists. It's almost the rule. The Nobel Committee awarded this year's Peace Prize to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado. It calls for President Trump to receive the honor for brokering a historic deal between Israel and Hamas. But instead it goes to some Venezuelan lady no one's ever heard of outside of Venezuela. I have no idea what she's done, nor do I really care. Has absolutely no effect on my life or the lives of anyone else across the world. Absurd. Even if she is like a genuine, you know, just fighting against the dictatorship. Even if it's just silly. All right. More questions about the Epstein case of Scott MacFarlane. This fucktard. Pardon me.
Hey, it's Scott MacFarlane. It's Friday morning. Good morning. The best time of week, the best time of year with a weekend awaiting us. Which allows me to draw the really broad analogy here. But for so many people in power, the administration, this Jeffrey Epstein controversy is like falling leaves. You can't rake all the questions away. You can't sweep or leaf blow all the questions away. They just keep coming and coming.
You mean like you people have been doing for decades?
I mean, you can't get on top of it.
Yeah, you can. You've done it.
It seems 100%. And there's more to come. We got a text message and a statement from the House Oversight Committee, which says committee staff have now contacted attorneys for Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's co-conspirator, about scheduling her deposition, having her sit down with congressional investigators and answer questions. about Epstein, about the case, maybe about case files. That meeting will happen. And just the announcement that the deposition is going to happen, now that Maxwell's appeal to the Supreme Court was swatted away, has triggered concerns about Ghislaine Maxwell talking to anybody. An attorney for some of the survivors in the Epstein case sent a statement about this to me, saying Maxwell is sadly a convicted sex trafficker, convicted liar. Anything she says now should be taken as highly suspect unless independently verified by documents, video, or photos, and that what she says, quote, will likely be twisted and lied about so that she can attempt to curry favor with the current administration.
Curry, that sounds yummy.
Sweep away the questions, or will more questions come after that deposition? And there's also this letter shared with me, sent to Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche by one of Epstein's survivors, questioning what became of that meeting Maxwell had with Blanche earlier this year.
What about it?
Which, subsequent to it, had Ghislaine Maxwell transferred to a lower security federal prison facility in Texas, in Bryan, Texas. Was there some type of rationale given in the interview that led to her transfer? It hasn't been real declarative answers to
I mean, yeah, she's getting rewarded for
question yet. So here we are.
I mean, how this stuff works with quid pro quo, man.
Yet again, with Congress poised to pass a discharge petition that could force a vote to release all the Epstein case files, with Ghislaine Maxwell keeping the questions raining down like leaves.
These people are funny. After all this time, all of a sudden, they're pretending they give a shit. Cute.
Colleague Maggie Haberman at one point was asked, why does Trump do the things Trump does? And her answer, very simple, but goes to what Bob had said there. She said, because he can. He will do what he can do. It's that simple. If the Republican Party's not checking him in the House, he will do what he can do. He will do what he can do if the Senate Republicans aren't doing their job. If the Supreme Court is sitting back like they're doing right now and allowing him to declare everything an emergency, he will do what he can do. He will push the boundaries. He will abuse the boundaries if the Supreme Court actually won't do their job.
Yes, but the thing that I find most interesting is that in the first term, he wasn't able to do that because there were those containers there. There were those people who were trying to stop him.
And what was it that happened? It's almost like there were 4 missing years somewhere in the midst of all of this in which some stuff happened that they're just not explaining. Oh, I just kind of,
From hurting himself, from attacking the rule of law, and from pushing the country further into chaos.
So what changed?
They're not there anymore.
Why?
Because he didn't want them there.
Right.
They didn't want the John Kellys coming back.
And why didn't he want, I'm getting to a point here, and why didn't he want them there?
Because they were successful in stopping him.
And he also, the way he looks at it, and he hasn't told me this, but he lost the election. He was sitting at a defense table last summer, and if he had lost that case, he could have been in jail for the rest of his life. If he lost the election, he could have been in jail for the rest of his life.
Oh boy!
I mean, I think sometimes we forget this is what drives him so much. He had those people saying, "Oh, you must."
And what is it that drives you precisely?
Do this. You must play by the rules, which he must. But all he does is sees that as a sign of weakness that almost got him sent to jail for life.
Correct, and he basically won his freedom. He won his freedom in winning the election.
MSNBC clearly continuing to have a sane day. Bill and Hillary Clinton delay their... Oh, that's right. That was supposed to happen. Forgot about that. In the midst of all this insanity the last few weeks. Yep, both Bill and Hilldog herself were supposed to testify, supposed to be deposed in congressional Epstein probe. Oh, it's behind a paywall. Boo. Can we sneak it? No. Oh, well. So originally they were scheduled for, Hillary was scheduled for October 9th, so yesterday. And Bill was scheduled for October 14th originally. Wonder when they're going to try to shift it to here. President Trump will depart the U.S. for the Middle East on Sunday. There it is. Okay. Stop one. Stop in Egypt, in Cairo, to sign phase 1 of the peace plan. And then stop 2 will be Israel, where he will speak at the Knesset with a significant moment planned, whatever the heck that means. I have no idea. And then I believe the hostage / prisoner exchange is set for, was it like Monday or Tuesday? I think it's within 72 hours of the signing of the deal. So that'll be the kind of the moment that clinches it. I don't think it's really going to be set in stone until a full and complete hostage exchange happens from both sides. So we'll see if that happens. Odds are pretty decent this sticks. Cindy McCain suffers a mild stroke. Aw. How sad. What? It is sad. What are you talking about? Heartbreaking. And will take leave from the World Food Program while recovering. Okay, then. Said to be recovering well. Expected to make a full recovery. That's nice. Oh, John Brennan. They're whipping out John Brennan on MSNBC.
I don't.
John Brennan now saying he's confident he didn't do anything wrong and he's not afraid. Well, John, you should be.
Cower, and I'm not going to be intimidated by the likes of Donald Trump. I can't control what he does or what the Department of Justice does or what the various prosecutors might do. I can control what I do, and I feel confident that my actions, my previous actions when I was in government, were fully consistent with my authorities and the law. And so therefore, and I know Mark says, I should be afraid. Quite frankly, I'm not. I'm confident, just like others are, that the truth ultimately will prevail. And I'm very hopeful that our system of justice is going to be stronger than Donald Trump's attempts to corrupt it, to undermine it. And so therefore, just looking at Tish James.
Oh, that is rich.
I mean, look at her face. Look how confident she was that she is going to prevail over this. And she is a person, both Jim and Tish, they've dedicated their life to the law. They're schooled in the law. And so therefore, that to me is heartening. And I think it gives people like myself and others, even more confidence that we're going to be able to deal with this issue and we're going to come through it.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy. A Portland Antifa blog has announced that at 9 p.m. on October 11th, they plan to organize a laser attack to try to crash a federal aircraft flying over the ICE facility. The kind of shit I'm talking about. Like, they are very open about what they want to do. It's crazy. Right out in the open. Antifa plan to gather at multiple locations across the city and deploy lasers in an attempt to ground all spy planes. This will also serve... I wonder, by the way, why they're so... It seems a rather odd thing to be hung up on. Like, you would think there would be better ways to spread death and destruction than trying to point lazy pointers at an airplane like thousands of feet in the sky. Maybe hoping it kind of does some damage. Sorta. Incredibly dangerous, don't get me wrong, but I wonder why they're so hung up on the spy planes. These things fly everywhere, by the way. They are If you care to look, you'll see them. Sometimes they don't show up on radar, like ADS-B. Sometimes they do. If they do, you'll see small aircraft like a Cessna just flying in grid pattern, up and down, side to side, just weaving over a certain patch of the map. Sometimes they'll do circular, like spiral, but they're up there often with like stingrays, like the cell phone data collection devices just plunked on the bottom and acting as a fake cell tower, collecting info from all the cell phones in the area. Rather creepy. But that's what they're going for. That's what Antifa is trying to take down. Wonder what they're worried about there. Interesting. These things have been everywhere, by the way. Like, you see me around here all the time. All the freaking time. I've seen them for years. And if you have a camera good enough, even some cell phones these days will be good enough. You can zoom way in on these things and see like the special little pod they tuck under the bottom. And then you know there's something about that plane that they're doing something special. Keep your eyes out. You'll see them. On Trump's desk in the Oval Office today was a plan for a triumphal arch on the other side of the river from the Lincoln Memorial. Really? Oh, that's neat. Interesting. Huh. One moment. I want to see how this will situate here. Okay, right across the Arlington Memorial Bridge. Yep. Right there. What's here now? Oh, other way. Nothing. Oh yeah, that is just prime territory for something like gorgeous like that. Is a great idea. I like it. It's pretty. Oh, cool. There's like a bigger model right up front there. You zoom in here. Oh, no, other way, mouse. Whoa, up, no, other way, up. There we go. Neato. Whoa, are those, looks like big eagles, possibly? Assume. Pair of eagles on either side. Fancy. Man, do they, wow. They really intend it to be that big? So. Almost, bigger than, certainly quite a bit taller than the Lincoln Memorial. Neato. Well, who knows if it'll actually happen, but that'd be a pretty cool addition. Not bad. Triumphal Arch. A freestanding monument structure in the shape of an archway with one or more arch passageways, often designed to span a road, usually standing alone, unconnected to other buildings. There you go. Oh, interesting history here. Triumphal arches are one of the most influential and distinctive types of ancient Roman architecture, effectively invented by the Romans. And using their skill in making arches and vaults, the Roman triumphal arch was used to commemorate victorious generals or, key here, significant public events such as the founding of new colonies, the construction of a road or bridge, the death of a family member of the imperial family, or the accession of a new emperor. Interesting. Archaeologists like to distinguish between a true triumphal arch built to celebrate an actual Roman triumph, hence the name, a grand procession declared by the Roman Senate following military victory, a memorial arch or honorary arch essentially built by emperors to celebrate themselves, and arches typically in city walls that are merely grand gateways. So, obviously, the implication is the celebration of triumph, a military victory. That's interesting. I'm going to throw that out there. Definitely interesting. Okay. Sorry, we lost our spot there. Okay, I think we went a bit too far. There we are. Oh, there's more on the proposal next up. A new proposal has been submitted to the White House to construct a triumphal arch in D.C. Arch should be built for America's 250th anniversary, which is next year. Wow, they'd have to get that thing out fast. I'd be shocked. I mean, that's quite a project. Nothing to sneeze at. Sourcing the stone, transporting it there. Say nothing, and designing and building the thing in less than a year's time. Wow. Not gonna say it's impossible by any means. If anyone can do it, it's probably Trump. That's pretty neat. Interesting, they have like pedestrian, like foot traffic here. Which is clearly not what the current use is. Traffic drives here. There's the bridge there. Hold on. Let's get up there. I think there's space for pedestrian traffic, like on the sidewalk. You can walk the bridge. It's really pretty. But I like the old style, like old DC art they have to accompany this. It's cool. DC was I mean, it still is a beautiful city, but it was a truly stunning city back in the days before automobile traffic, when it was all just horse and carriage and pedestrian. Really, like you look at some of the old. Here, let me find like some of these old paintings, just like the open space, like it's just so different from how it is now. So much more natural, more of the natural world visible. Beautiful. Love old American art. All right, let's keep going. Pete Hegseth up next here. Every member of our joint force deserves clean, comfortable, and safe housing.
For far too long.
Are we finally upgrading military living quarters? Heard it's been kind of outdated for some time, so.
This department has failed too many of our warfighters. Every member of our joint force deserves housing that is clean, comfortable, and safe. And that's why we've established a brand new barracks task force charged with developing a department-wide barracks investment plan. As too many know, too often barracks are shabby and without basic modern amenities. But this isn't just about creature comforts. This impacts morale, readiness, and our ability to recruit and retain the best warriors. Quality of life for our warriors is a critical component of reviving the warrior ethos and rebuilding our military. Barracks, that's where our warriors live, rest, and recover. How can we expect them to be ready for anything on the battlefield when their own living space is a constant source of stress and frustration? That all ends now. This barracks task force will deliver results, not excuses. We're going to cut through the bureaucracy to bring immediate solutions as well as a long-term plan to keep our barracks at the standard that warriors deserve. No delays, no excuses, and no more business as usual. The standards will be enforced and accountability will be non-negotiable. This is not just another study over the course of years. The Barracks Task Force will deliver a plan to me in the next 30 days. That's days, not months or years. And this is not a goal, it's a mandate. And the task force is moving fast. They've already held 3 meetings in the first 24 hours. The One Big Beautiful Bill gave us a down payment to upgrade our barracks and address long overdue deferred maintenance. From there, we'll leverage the expertise of private industry to deliver innovative technologies and contracting strategies that accelerate construction and renovation. Where we can, we're going to consolidate contracts for maintenance, services, and equipment. We're also going to empower unit commanders and senior enlisted leaders to fix issues at their level without having to wait on Pentagon bureaucracy. All of this will help foster a sense of ownership and, we believe, accelerate resolution of deficiencies, again, across the entirety of the Department of War. The task force includes representatives from across this department, including experts in contracting, leaders from military installations, and experts in personnel readiness and finance, because we have to get this right, and we got to get it right now. The department is also working across the federal government to gather even more tools that will help us make sure this happens quickly, including working with the Office of Management and Budget on new solutions to renovate and maintain barracks to the standards that warriors deserve, and where possible, using the kinds of rapid processes found in the private industry. And where, whenever possible, we're going to use exactly the same rapid processes that are used in private industry. The result? More, better, faster. The Barracks Task Force will improve more barracks, deliver a better quality of life, and move faster than anything in recent history. In crucial ways, big and small, we at the War Department, we're going to continue to deliver real and tangible results for our people. Our job is to deliver for warriors, and we will.
Very good, very good. Oh, hold up, let me scroll back up. Kenny Hernandez says, are you running 24/7 on here again? Not on YouTube for at least for the time being. Taking it easy and just Ken is seeing how things are going on YouTube, and you know, just broadcasting what I have time to monitor personally, which is basically my own show. I got a lot going on outside of this, so I don't really have time for much beyond that. But if you do want to catch the 24-hour broadcast, you can watch it on Rumble and DLive, where they don't have like AI stuff watching literally everything all the time and looking for absurd, insane little rule violations. You know how they are. Okay, let's keep going. Letitia James' case has been assigned to Judge Jamar Walker, appointee of Joe Biden. Oh, joy. Tens of thousands of Palestinians are flooding towards northern Gaza after a Trump ceasefire took effect and peace broke out in the region. Many of them are seeking to return to their home, or, you know, what's left of it, or check if it's been destroyed along with other property. Unbelievable and historic. Trump saving thousands of lives. Yep. Killing is stopped, and that's what matters. It is.
Good is that obviously the ceasefire is holding. The ceasefire is working. These people feel free to make their way north. They are walking along a main seaside route along the Mediterranean heading north towards Gaza City. And as you pointed out in the last hour, many of them on foot for a number of different reasons, either too poor to own a car, the fact that their cars could have been destroyed in the war, but also their cars could have been confiscated by Hamas during the war. That happened quite a bit. And finally, a lot of the roads so badly damaged after 2 years of fighting, on foot is the only way to travel. And you can see many of these people carrying their belongings. Many of them have been displaced multiple times during this war. And as Brian noted, the clock has begun. Now 72 hours until Hamas has to release the hostages. That would put the deadline at 5 a.m. on Monday. Prime Minister Netanyahu
5 a.m. Monday. Wow.
Who gave an address to the nation a short time ago. He said Hamas not only has to give up all the hostages, but they will also have to disarm. Here's the Prime Minister. The good.
All right. Government shutdown continues, of course, with no votes in the Senate today. Senate gone until Tuesday. House remains out as well. Telegram founder Pavel Durov posted last night saying Germany is persecuting anyone who dares to criticize officials on the internet. Wow. I'm turning 41, he says, but I don't feel like celebrating. Our generation is running out of time to save the free internet built for us by our fathers. What was once the promise of the free exchange of information is being turned into the ultimate tool of control. You bet. Not wrong. Once free countries are introducing dystopian measures such as digital IDs, as we've been seeing in the UK, not to mention elsewhere, online age checks, Australia, and mass scanning of private messages in the EU. Germany is persecuting anyone who dares to criticize officials on the internet. The UK is imprisoning thousands for their tweets. Yep. France is criminally investigating tech leaders who defend freedom and privacy. A dark dystopian world is approaching fast while we're asleep. Our generation risks going down in history as the last one that had freedoms and allowed them to be taken away. We've been fed a lie. We've been made to believe that the greatest fight of our generation is to destroy everything our forefathers left us: tradition, privacy, sovereignty, the free market, and free speech. Yeah. By betraying the legacy of our ancestors, we've set ourselves on a path towards self-destruction, moral, intellectual, economic, and ultimately biological. So I'm not going out to celebrate today. I'm running out of time. We are running out of time. Excellent post. Oh, wow. Tech billionaires seem to be doomsday prepping. Yep. Zuckerberg has built his compound in Hawaii. We've all been doing it. Yep. Reid Hoffman has openly spoken about apocalypse insurance. Claims about half of the wealthy have some form of such contingency, with New Zealand being a popular safe haven. Creepy Ilya Sutskever of OpenAI, formerly of OpenAI, famously said, "We're definitely going to build a bunker before we release AGI." Scam Altman once speculated about joining Peter Thiel in such a retreat if global disaster struck. Oh, he's also been linked to survival properties in locations like New Zealand. What is the deal with New Zealand? Yep. Ceasefire has officially been begun in Gaza after Israel's cabinet approved the peace plan.
But that peace plan was approved after 1 o'clock in the morning. That means a ceasefire going into effect now in Gaza, and also the start of the withdrawal of Israeli forces to a predetermined line. They're going to be in control of about 50% of Gaza, and then the clock will start. Hamas will have 72 hours to release all 48 hostages, 48 living and dead. Prime Minister Netanyahu praised the U.S. efforts at peace.
I want to personally thank both of you, Steve, Jared. You put in your brains and your hearts, and we know that it's for the benefit of Israel and the United States, for the benefit of decent people living there.
And Jared Kushner, one of the key members of the team for the U.S., as well as the president's son-in-law, singled out the IDF for recognition.
I really want to say that this all would not have been possible without the bravery of the IDF and the soldiers, what they've accomplished not just in Gaza, but also what they've done in the theater over the last couple of years to eliminate Hezbollah in the north and really degrade them.
President Trump will come to the region this weekend. He was asked about the possibility of a Palestinian state.
We're going to see how it all goes, and there's a point at which we may do something that would be a little bit different and maybe very positive for everybody, but we'll be looking at that at the time. I think we'll get to that. I think we'll get to that period too.
Okay. Middle East plan, more here.
Good morning, Michael. Well, after 2 years of devastating war this morning, a historic pause. The Israeli military now scaling back troops to those agreed upon borders. Hamas readying to finally release the remaining hostages. And there is now cautious optimism for this significant step towards peace. This morning, joy and relief as a ceasefire is now in effect, paving the way for the remaining hostages to be released early next week after being held by Hamas for more than 2 years. In Gaza, thousands seen heading north back to Gaza City, just moments after the ceasefire was made official. The Israeli government overnight approving the first phase of the deal with Hamas. Trump's top negotiators, envoy Steve Witkoff and son-in-law Jared Kushner, there with Prime Minister Netanyahu. This morning, 200 U.S. troops now heading to Israel to monitor the ceasefire, working with other international forces, though officials stress the U.S. military will not go into Gaza. At the White House, the president celebrating too, calling the deal a momentous breakthrough.
I think it's going to be a lasting peace, hopefully an everlasting peace.
Right now, what's been agreed to is phase 1. Hamas set to release the 20
we will see.
living hostages early next week, and the remains of 28 others who perished. In return, Israel releasing more than 1,000 Palestinian prisoners and pulling back its troops in Gaza to an agreed-upon line. The big question, then what? The president's 20-point plan had called for Hamas to disarm and for Gaza to be governed by an apolitical Palestinian committee overseen by an international board of peace with Trump as its chairman.
Interesting.
I asked the president, what comes next? What guarantees Hamas disarms and that Israel doesn't resume bombing once the hostages are
released? The first thing we're doing is getting our hostages back, okay? And that's what people wanted more than anything else. They wanted these hostages back that have lived in hell like nobody has ever even dreamt possible. And after that, we'll see.
But what is phase 2? When does it begin?
I'm not going to talk about that because you sort of know what phase 2 is, but there will be disarming, there will be pullbacks, there will be a lot of things that are happening.
Months ago, Trump said the Palestinians would have to leave Gaza. His 20-point plan outlined a different approach, saying we will encourage people to stay. I asked him if that still holds. Can you confirm that as Gaza is rebuilt, that no one will be forced to leave?
Nobody's going to be forced to leave, no, it's just the opposite.
In Gaza, hope, but also uncertainty. I hope this happiness will be fulfilled and the ceasefire deal will last. This displaced mother says, we don't want them to take their hostages and then return to war. Now, as part of this initial phase, desperately needed humanitarian aid will be allowed into Gaza, though it's not exactly clear when. The Israeli military now has 24 hours to scale back its troops. After that, Hamas will have 72 hours to release all of the remaining hostages. That is expected early next week, and President Trump says he is heading to the region in the coming days, George.
Okay, Mary, Nobel Peace Prize announced this morning President Trump had been campaigning for that based on his work in the Middle East. He didn't get it.
He did not, George. Instead, the Nobel Peace Prize has gone to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Machado, the Nobel Prize Committee recognizing her for...
So ridiculous. Oh, my goodness. All right. Federal judges blocked the deployment of the National Guard troops in Illinois and denied the federal government's motion to stay the order, but acknowledged the decision will likely be appealed. Of course it will. So here we go again with this bullcrap. Yep. NASA research probe crash landed in a Texas farm last week after being blown off course. Look at this thing.
Wow.
Crazy. Dang. Big ass balloon.
Or his tail.
I told him I'm about to get a picture of that balloon right here.
That's pretty wild.
That's what Jason Browner did.
Oh, look at that. That's crazy. Neat.
It was 3 weeks ago today, Brian, that the House voted to pay the troops, pay federal workers, and keep the government open. We passed a clean CR 3 weeks ago. The ball is in the Senate's court. That's where the duty must be done now. But Chuck Schumer and the Democrats are playing politics with the lives of real American people. He's getting accolades right now from the far left. That was the whole objective. They had to appease the Marxist base of the Democrat Party, and so they picked this fight right now. It is absurd. As you know, the measure that we sent over there 3 weeks ago is a clean CR. It is 24 pages in length, the bare minimum necessary to keep the lights on so Congress can continue to do its work. They shut it down. It's on them. For counting yesterday, the Democrats have now voted 8 times in both chambers to stop the payment of checks to troops, federal workers. We have 2 million civilian employees that will not be getting paid now, and 1.3 active duty military service members. It is infuriating to us.
That is nuts. Yep. Peru's President Dina Boluarte has been impeached. Wow, Congress voted unanimously, 124-0, to remove Boluarte after she refused to appear before lawmakers to defend herself against impeachment charges. Oh, God, this moron.
We also got a very special report filed by J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois. This is J.B. Pritzker reporting from war-torn Chicago. As you can see, there's utter mayhem and chaos on the ground. It's quite disturbing. The Milwaukee Brewers have come in to attack our Chicago Cubs. We've seen people being forced to eat hot dogs with ketchup on them. And our deep dish pizza
now do the shootings.
Well, has gone shallow. So it's a challenge to...
Idiot.
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger. I didn't hear an answer there on the endorsement issue, so I want to just make sure. Will you continue to endorse Jay Jones to be the next Attorney General of Virginia?
Yes.
And
yes, she will.
Are you aware of these text messages before they released? You have 30 seconds.
In fact, it appears that it was those who released the text messages and held them for years, so the public was unaware who had knowledge of these text messages.
Yeah, what the question?
And what did you do about these text messages?
Shut up, Winsome. Just shut it. Let her dig her hole.
That they came out, and I denounced them as soon as I learned of them.
She denounces murder.
And importantly, at this point, as we move forward, the voters now have this information that was withheld for them.
You're running to
presumably for political reasons. But the voters now have the information, and it is up to voters to make an individual choice based on this information.
Ms. Spanberger, I understand what you're saying about the voters, but for you yourself, do you still continue to endorse Jay Jones? 15 seconds, yes or no?
We are all running our
This could have gone so different.
individual races. I believe my opponent.
I mean, she ran herself into the ground, but the right candidate would have wiped the floor with her.
Has said that about her lieutenant
completely.
Governor nominee.
Those are all fair.
And it's up to every person to make their own
This is just like.
decision. I am running my race to serve Virginia, and that is what I intend to do.
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger.
Not the right candidate, man.
We just want to clarify, what you're saying is that as of now...
Hope it's enough to best Spanberger. I really do, but not a good candidate.
You still endorse Jay Jones as Attorney General?
I'm saying as of now, it's up to every voter to make their own individual decision. I am running for governor.
So a complete non-answer. Just wow.
I am accountable for the words that I say, for the acts that I take, for the policies that I have put out.
Thank you.
I am responsible for the policies I put out and the work I will endeavor to do tirelessly for the people of Virginia.
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger.
Spanberger is such disgusting hag. CIA hag. East Coast bracing for potential nor'easter this weekend. Oh, great. Oh, joy. Oh, looks like it might miss us. Oh, never mind. Yeah, Sunday. It's a Sunday. Oh, boy. It's just wonderful. It's finally starting to cool down here. Getting kind of chilly out now. Oh, duty. Where'd that go? Oh, hold on. Forgot. I meant to bookmark this post. I want to see that website too. Which Antifa blog is this? Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, it's Rose City Counter Info. Yep, that's the one I've brought up before. Not surprised by that. Very open about it, man. I think I showed you guys the post the other day with them basically advocating for arson. Mass arson. Funny. All right, where were we up next here? There we go. Okay. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney stuns Liberal host with surprise praise for Donald Trump.
What's he like to deal with?
Well, you've interviewed him. I know that.
But you've met him much more than I have.
I have. Look, he is very. I mean, look, he's very sharp. He's very curious about people's opinions on a wide range of issues, and so he will solicit my views, other people's views on topics of the day, particularly international. He's decisive, and he has an ability to change the dynamic very quickly on, whether it's with respect to Ukraine, peace in the Middle East, global trade, and beyond. So
interesting. He acknowledges that.
You can understand. It's absolutely clear why he's leader of the United States. I mean, you put together all those qualities.
Yeah. What's he like to?
A fair take from him. Dominion voting sold for scrap because indictments expected soon. Really? Is that what they're going to do? Yep, Dominion Voting Systems has been sold to Liberty Vote, a Missouri-based company founded by former Republican election official Scott Leindecker. This guy. Well, definitely curious. Is he a friend or foe? Friend or foe? What do you say, Scott? On social media? Ian Decker. Oh? Could be. Yes, he's not active. Not a good sign. All right. Fake news. Mike Lindell addresses rumors that he settled with Dominion Voting Systems.
Mike Lindell, I'm confused now. I've actually bumped the cold open to 6 o'clock because I saw this thing today with this company buying Dominion, and Raheem is one of the guys working on that. I talked to Raheem. He was going to try to come on, but we didn't have enough time, and I'm going to try to get Raheem on tomorrow because Raheem had a big lunch meeting yesterday at Butterworth's and had all the prominent DC political
I was just there.
Operatives and media types. Raheem, obviously, Butterworth's is the place to go. Raheem,
I can't believe I missed that. That sucks.
Raheem's one of the owners and kind of runs it and is obviously prominent. But in talking, just doing my due diligence so I could come on and explain it, they started going through all the deals that are settled. And they told me Rudy Giuliani, Mike Lindell. And I go, Mike Lindell, are you sure? I kind of ask him this question every other day on the show. And he's all huffy and gruffy. I'll never settle on Mike Lindell. And they said, no, Mike Lindell settled. It's all that. Then I see all these news sources. The stories are exploding. Mike Lindell settles with Dominion to close deal. I just want to hear it in your own voice. In your own voice. I know you're very like a brother to me. Did you settle with Dominion voting system, sir?
100% no. And Steve, it's even worse. I've got every media outlet calling me in the country. CNN calls up, Mike, but a conservative bought Dominion's voting machines, and he says he's going to go to paper ballots. He's going to promote paper ballots. I'm going, gee, what's wrong with that picture? You think I care who owns these voting machine companies when I want them all melted down and turned into prison bars? It don't matter if you're a conservative. And then the guy goes, and you settled? I go, no, I didn't settle. And once again, it's fake news on top of fake news. That news is so far-fetched that nobody in the country even believes it. I mean, you think I spent 4.5 years?
Slow down. You can't blame the media for this one. And CNN, I think they're putting it out. And I don't know if it may be a miscommunication between their lawyers and the guy that owns and runs the company, or maybe it's a miscommunication between his comms people, because I think they are, and I believe they believe this is true. They're saying, yeah, Rudy settled, they're getting clearing all these out, and Mike Lindell settled. I said, so I just want to make sure you're on the record. You have not settled with Dominion voting system.
100% no. And I'd like to, you know what? Why don't we make that call a national call? They can call to me and ask me what I would want. I'll tell you what, the settlement would be, take all your machines, you guys go make blenders or something, but you shouldn't be making voting machines for our country. Okay, that's what you need to do. Go make blenders. I don't care what you make. You know what? You've attacked my pillow and attacked my company, and you just tried to destroy me and destroy our voices because we want paper ballots hand counted, everybody. Don't let this new company or any of them fool you when they say, we promote paper ballots. We all have paper ballots, but they're counted by machines and they come out of these machines. So, Steve, it's an out-and-out complete lie, and you're right. Maybe the media doesn't know about it because actually these guys that are calling me all day long from CNN and others, they actually like, well, Mike, the news is out. That's what the company says. They're saying that to try and put this out. Nobody believes it, Steve. I'm glad you had me on to set the record straight. I have not settled with Dominion.
And you will not settle with Dominion. Is that what I'm hearing? Till they melt down all the machines?
I will not settle with me. Yeah, we need to get rid of the voting machines in our country like 132 other countries have. We need to save our country. You think I'd walk away now and go, okay, you've destroyed my pillow. Yeah, have a nice day. Oh boy, you think I'm afraid of going in debt and putting everything I had on the line just to get all the way to the end and go, oh, we just changed our name. We sold it to another guy. And by the way, Mike, he's a conservative. He's a real nice fella. Give me a break. I don't care who's, like I say, Steve, I have no problem with any of these companies. Go make blenders. Go make, I don't know, telephones. Go make anything, but don't bring computers and voting machines into our country.
Yeah, if only. Dominion has been sold and rebranded as Liberty Vote, but a new name, yeah, indeed, does not hide the truth. Same old bullshit. Comey's friend Dan Richman was made aware of ethics rules against sharing government info. This is the guy he fed info to, right? And feed to the media. Yep. Yeah, the guy that leaked to the press. Yeah, it's Richman. Internal FBI emails show Richman was told about ethics rules against leaking. Not that stopped him. Harmeet Dillon.
Hi friends, Harmeet Dillon here at my office in the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division. I'll give you a little update about what happens during a shutdown here when the government gets shut down, as most of our workers here in the Civil Rights Division are furloughed. There's only a handful of skeleton staff here handling the most critical issues, including criminal matters as well as pending court dates. And so while we're continuing to get a huge volume of complaints from the public about violations of people's civil rights in schools, in employment settings, in voting issues and so forth, there's almost nobody here to handle those except for me and 3 or 4 of my deputies and a couple of staff. And so we're working around the clock like one-arm paper hangers, just trying to make sure things get done and covered, and keeping in touch with our colleagues who are furloughed, who are anxiously awaiting the ability to come back and do this job that they love and have signed up for. And so that's what's happening here. So your government is still functioning, people are still working, not getting paid, and doing our best to cope. So anyway, we're happy warriors here in the DOJ, and look forward to hopefully the resolution of this by the other branch of government, the other branches of government, and then we can continue at the full steam ahead that you're used to. Thanks very much.
Okay. Very good, very good. Yes, foreign adversaries use ChatGPT with other AI models in cyber operations. No surprise. Of course they are. Users linked to China and Russia relied on OpenAI's tech in conjunction with other models such as China's DeepSeek, conduct phishing campaigns and covert influence operations. Yeah. Huh. Gotta watch out for those. Former British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, remember him? Joins Microsoft and Anthropic in advisory roles. The revolving door never fails.
As part of that,
Rep Huchin, Aaron Huchin, no idea, reacts to revelation that Jack Smith and the FBI obtained phone records of 8 senators.
as part of that
Spyed on them.
effort to keep power, we learned something pretty remarkable. The Democrats were spying on members of Congress, 8 senators, 1 House member, all Republican, no surprise there. The idea that the FBI could rifle through the phone records of lawmakers who were doing their constitutionally protected duty, certifying election, and to do it with Jack Smith at the helm, I know that's really angered a lot of your colleagues, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we are a member of the legislative body. We are elected representatives. We should be at least notified if we're the subject of an investigation. This was all done without knowledge to any member of the Senate or the House. It's absolutely egregious that could happen from a weaponized arm of our government. It's treasonous, really. It violates the separation of powers, and we should be very terrified. If they will do that to U.S. senators and members of Congress, imagine what they'll do to the American people.
Yep.
As part of that effort to keep power, we learned something pretty remarkable. The Democrats were spying on members of Congress, 8 senators.
They can, and I guarantee you they have. They have done it.
And he cited that he had 2 primary residences, falsely, it looks like, according to the record.
Oh yeah, Adam Schiff's next.
3, 4,
his day's coming.
4, 5 times on various loan applications.
Same as Letitia.
And that's potentially a federal crime. So he can complain all he wants about being targeted and such. It's a readily apparent crime. And this is the same man who happily celebrated President Trump getting arrested not once, not twice, but 4 times based on the political lawfare targeting him. Here, it's pretty clear he was playing games, and he deserves, in the least, a serious criminal investigation, if not more.
What do you think, Tom? Again, I ask this to every guest who we talk about. Do you think we will eventually see a perp walk for some of these people? By the way, we're watching Trump come down the stairs here. He's approaching a podium. So I apologize, Tom, if I cut you off, but will we see a perp walk?
I don't know. I think there will be figures involved in the abuse of Trump who will eventually be prosecuted. Will it be sufficient? Probably not, but there'll be some who were targeted. On top of the criminal investigation potentially against him, the Senate should commence an ethics investigation as well. There's nothing precluding the Senate from doing so. So I think we'll be pressuring the Senate to do that as well.
Yep. Will they, though? Biden's DHS buried intel. Oh, wow. Showing that Tim Walz was a CCP dupe when he became a vice presidential nominee. On August 6th, 2024, DHS emails warned, Walz got the VP. You all have no idea how this feeds into what the PRC has been doing here with him and local government. Whoa.
So quite simply, there was a cover-up
Interesting.
about that during the Biden campaign, during the Biden administration. And the Trump administration, through Kristi Noem, released the information. And it's astonishing. Look at the headline from our release here. Judicial Watch, China is happy. Emails reveal Biden, DHS, and FBI investigations of Tim Walz in Communist China. Pretty incredible stuff. So let's go do a little deep dive into this, shall we? An email dated August 6, 2024, the day Walz was officially named the Democrat vice presidential nominee, shows Homeland Security personnel discussing how they were aware Communist China had a plan to target the politicians likely to end up in D.C., specifically Walz and Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo. A Homeland Security official states, Walz got the
Lombardo,
VP.
really?
You have
Former, no shit. But isn't Lombardo, wasn't he Vegas guy? Lombardo? Right? Wasn't that him?
no idea how this feeds into what the PRC, the People's Republic of China, has been doing here with him and local gov. It is seriously a line of the intel. Target someone who is perceived they can get to DC.
Yikes. Morons multiplying, sure. They're continuing with the animal suits. Of course. More frogs. Now that the local and national press have started to cover the Portland ICE area around the clock in reaction to the president, Antifa have devised a plan where they're encouraging one another to send in animal costumes. Costumes serve the function of masking the violent extremism to make the direct action appear like a family-friendly gathering on camera. Oh, it's so cute. And to whitewash past ultra-violence. Oh, and it happens to shield them from various chemicals and other implements that are used against them. Okay, here's more.
This sidewalk's not yours! These people are. He's walking along a public sidewalk that's empty, and they said, don't walk near our camp! No, hey!
Y'all got whipped with a stick. That's great. It's funny. Portland police have reportedly targeted and again arrested. This guy just keeps getting arrested. I don't. What's the deal with this dude? Ish.
The cops are here.
Reports of several arrests at the ICE facility last night.
Put a cigarette out. Punches off
Maybe come back to that. Launched my interview with Antifa organizer Rolling Rebel and Gimli. Okay. At the scene of the ICE protest in Portland, Oregon, I asked her how much money was invested in their Antifa encampment. A whole lot of money, she said. She said she rarely felt unsafe here.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm here to record both sides. I'm really here to just talk to human people, you know? whatever they believe or want to share, or if they don't want to share. This guy's saying his daughter's trying to sleep. This guy in the apartment's yelling down to them saying my daughter's trying to sleep.
Freaking crazy place.
I got a complaint. You want to take my complaint?
Sorry. You're good.
You can lick my balls. That's a big ass complaint. Harassment against that motherfucker.
What just happened?
Oh,
Really?
douche
Really?
canoe over
Verbal
there with the
harassment?
MAGA shit come out
Verbal
with his,
harassment?
you know, thin blue line talking shit to people over here.
What was he saying?
That's definitely, yeah, he's been making threats.
It was non-distinct because I'm half deaf, so I can't give you shit. So, like, this lecture's gone.
Oh, you're good. You're
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So,
Sorry, you guys heard it, right?
Yes, because you're on my
You
right
guys
side.
heard the threat?
Oh, sweet. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
we work.
So yeah, he was basically running his mouth, and then we were like, "Hey, police, why don't you actually do your job?" And like
These
we're gonna
guys.
do- Yeah, the PPD.
In the yellow.
Yeah, the yellow jackets. And of course, they didn't do fuck all because fascists are going to be fascists.
Now, when I walked up here, there was a guy hanging off this balcony, and he said his daughter's trying to sleep. Was he talking to him or to y'all?
Everybody, because this dude's running his fucking 8-way holster, and we're telling him to fuck off and telling the police to get rid of him.
And did the police say anything, or
They just rode off.
they're
Like they always
just
do.
observing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see them.
They're right there. Fuck off because they can only support
Actually,
fascism.
they yelled back that it wasn't harassment.
Yeah.
So, have y'all felt safe out on the street with
The cops are not going to go arrest someone for verbal. Like, get out of here.
the two sides coming together?
Not with them yet. Like, that is the most dangerous part of the fucking protest right now. It's right there.
This guy with the flag?
That guy, no, not the guy with the flag. The guy with
Hey,
the
how's it
red
going?
hat.
You were. Okay. I'm good. How are you?
So, the guy with the red hat. That's the most dangerous part. He knocked out one of our protesters completely cold the other night. Like, his lips started turning blue, he stopped breathing, we had to do chest compressions, he wouldn't respond to a skull rub, smelling salts, anything. He was
Smelling salts, really?
out.
I heard last night there was some assaults as well. Were you here? Do you know what happened?
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, of course you don't.
I didn't hear anything about that.
I wouldn't know that. Yeah.
Like, I was here all night and I didn't hear anything. You know about that?
I don't know anything. I wasn't here either.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that.
But what I would like to ask you is there used to be a tent here
Yeah, they
and
swept all the
supplies.
stuff.
Who swept it?
PPB and Rapid Response. It was an illegal sweep. All the sweep notices expired on Friday, this last Friday.
So did they take it with them?
Everything and put it over
Does she have one tooth?
in the Rapid Response. They swept it all like it was a homeless camp.
Does that mean it'll be destroyed, or what does that mean?
We'll get probably about half of it back.
Really? Will you?
If that.
Will they pay you for the rest? Or
Nope. We're suing the city.
You're suing?
I think the bottom row has got one tooth.
We're going to sue.
Fair.
We're suing the city.
So that's a lot of money, I assume, that was invested in the
Oh,
camp.
yeah, a whole lot of money.
Do you know how much? Two
generators.
Wow.
There were cots. There was a lot of personal gear and personal stuff, cell phone chargers.
And this was sort of community funded. Everybody came together. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So there's not one person who could say that was my property.
One person that
You.
could say.
That'd be you.
That'd be me.
So you've got 3,500 people watching you. Do you have a message for people?
Chingo La Migra. We got to get out the street.
Oh my gosh.
Be brave, be bold. It's time to take action.
And how long have you been coming out?
I mean, I've been protesting for 25 years in Portland. I've been down at the ICE facility since it's been going 24/7, about 90-95% of the time.
Almost like it's her job.
I was down here way before it went 24/7. I've been down here since December doing this, so.
Almost like it's her job.
So there's a lot of flavors of the crowd, I would call it. Like during the day, it's pretty calm, and there's like college students and stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot of families that come by.
At night, it changes a little bit. Do you ever feel
Oh yeah, it's a very family friendly. Yeah, totally. Families, yeah.
unsafe?
Never.
Yeah.
Like the only times I feel unsafe is when the frozen meanies come out of their hellhole.
Wow.
The press.
No. The ICE agents, the federal agents.
Come on, man. Frozen.
Sorry.
Do math.
Yes.
And when these guys are here. That's the only time I ever feel unsafe down here.
Right.
That's it.
So, how do you think this
I guarantee you this woman's been probably assaulted dozens of times by various homeless people throughout the city.
standoff ends? Are they just going to keep sweeping you and
They do it to each other all the time.
getting you off the sidewalk?
Like, there are constant homeless fights on the streets of Portland. All the time.
I mean, they've swept us 12, 13 times already in the last 3 months.
And things just keep coming back.
They take it away, we bring it back.
So you're here to say you're not going
We're
anywhere.
not going anywhere. We're here to stay. This is a long haul.
Broken place. Whole city's just rude. Democrats now saying that unless planes are falling out of the sky because of air traffic controller staffing shortages, they will not end the government shutdown. They will not concede short of planes falling out of the sky. Well, I mean, keep it up. You get your wish. Vladimir Putin declares the Nobel Peace Prize has lost its credibility. Well, yeah, I mean, awarding it to that lady is a joke. It's a joke. No one cares about that. There's zero effect on anyone's life outside of Venezuela.
Это не мне решать, кому присуждать Нобелевскую премию. Во-первых, мне кажется, и вряд ли кто-нибудь
I doubt anyone
из вас или из ваших зрителей и слушателей
here
будет
would
возражать.
disagree.
Вряд ли. Сейчас скажу.
Unlikely, let me explain what I mean.
Были случаи, когда
They've
комитет
given
этот присуждал Нобелевскую премию мира
peace
людям, которые
prizes
для них
to undeserving folks. Yeah, you bet. These choices hurt the award's reputation. Someone shows up, boom, for what?
за что?
They did
Вообще
nothing.
ничего не сделал. Ну, разве так?
That's
Работают, это же за заслуги за какие-то.
how it works.
Ну, и поэтому авторитет, мне
The
кажется,
prize has
в значительной степени утрачен.
lost credibility.
Но,
Yep. Oh, MSDNC hosting. Oh my goodness. All three of them, Andrew Weissman, John Brennan, and Mark Elias all at once. Can I see it? Ew. Well. For more than a century, Fairfield Chair, a family-owned company based in Lenoir, North Carolina, has been handcrafting furniture. Something lead director Ann Lindsay Beale, whose great-great-granddad founded the company, says is sacred. Now furnishing sponsored by Fairfield Chair are in our very own studio at CBS Mornings. Nice.
You may be wondering why we are in our green room. Well, we are sharing a story about the furniture we are sitting on provided by Fairfield Chair. For more than a century, this family-owned company has been handcrafting sofas, chairs, and more, all made in America. Skylar Henry traveled to North Carolina to see how Fairfield balances tradition and technology.
Wow, CBS doing something that isn't like completely gay and retarded. Shocking.
At Fairfield Chair in tiny Lenoir, North Carolina.
We have such a strong history and so.
Well, good for them. They should do more of that, but they still suck, and I'm not watching them. Anyway, Marjorie Taylor Greene is right. DCCC launches digital ad buy on conservative sites. Who dis? What dis? That's right. I heard they had taken her up as their champion somehow for some reason. Someone else was saying something about her. I forget what it was. So the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee is running digital ads praising Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene is right. Not a single Republican has given us a plan to help Americans deal with their health insurance premiums doubling. Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Corina Machado dedicates her prize, oh really, to President Trump? I dedicate this prize to the suffering people of Venezuela and to President Trump for his decisive support of our cause. Ah, well, maybe she's not maybe she ain't a wackadoo. That's interesting. This recognition of the struggle of all Venezuelans is a boost to conclude our task to conquer freedom. What? Eh? You're gonna conquer it. What? We are on the threshold of victory, and today, more than ever, we count on President Trump, the people of the United States, the peoples of Latin America, and the democratic nations of the world as our principal allies to achieve freedom and democracy. You sure you don't want to conquer it, or... I don't know. I dedicate this prize to the suffering people of Venezuela and to President Trump for his decisive support of our cause. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Next. Oh, more froggies.
Hi. We're outside the ICE facility in the evening on whatever the day is, October. Can you guys let me know what you're here, why you're dressed as frogs?
Well, you know, the frog has become a symbol of what's going on down here. And so we decided to come support our friend Toad, who's been out here. You probably saw him on the news. And, you know, he's a friend from another pond. And so we decided to come down here and show our support for the insane government overreach that's going on in this place. And the fact that they're pulling an explosive, fire-ridden sort
Oh, fire-ridden, you say?
of, you know, warland, which is not, because we're here.
Okay. And what's specific about the frog? Is it because of the one guy who'd been in that costume before? Was there any other symbolism to it?
That's the reason, you know. He's an iconic symbol. He's all over the internet now, so it only made sense that more frogs joined in this fight.
Okay.
Well, the frogs were soon joined by a couple of unicorns, a polar bear, an axolotl, a raccoon, and several more characters. Oh, a polar bear. Yeah. A panda. A dinosaur. They are really pulling out all the stops. Cute little animal costumes to make people think this is harmless. Yeah. Multiple people missing, one possibly dead after an explosion at a Tennessee explosives manufacturer. Whoa. Yikes. Hickman County. Accurate Energetic Systems. Excuse me. Serve the defense and commercial markets. Rather vague. Wonder. Oh, here we go. Here's the AES ammunition plant where the catastrophic explosion occurred this morning. Last report was 12 people unaccounted for. Oh, geez. Yikes. Ammunition manufacturing plant. Oof. All right, let me go. We got like 5 minutes left here. Let me go back. I think there was something I missed there.
If there was a total lapse of funding at EPA, no carryover funding, the lapse plan has a furlough of up to 89% of the agency. EPA is a bit different than most other agencies in that we have so much carryover funding. So when we wake up on October 1st, we're not just instantly, completely shut down. As you just pointed out, there has been carryover funding that's allowed us to continue to fulfill our statutory obligations and to also pursue this deregulatory agenda, to get our work done and to fulfill the president's priorities and his demands of our agency. But now as this Democratic shutdown continues, Democrats continue to refuse to vote to reopen this government. These furloughs are going to kick in even at an agency like the EPA where you have the carryover funding. If there was a total lapse of funding at EPA...
Okay, hold up. Something here. U.S. and Qatar signed a deal to open a Qatari Air Force facility in the U.S. Okay, what? A Qatari Air Force facility in the U.S. at Mountain Home Air Force Base, Idaho. Wait, what?
We also value the close cooperation between Doha and Washington that led to the signing of the Gaza.
What kind of facility precisely?
Peace plan on October 8th. This historic achievement underscores what can be accomplished when our nations work together with courage and trust, amongst other partners such as Egypt and Turkey. We further welcome today's signing of the letter of acceptance establishing a Qatari Emir Air Force facility at Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. This step strengthens interoperabilities, enhance joint
Why would we do that?
readiness, and advance our shared
why would we do that?
defense goals. Mr. Secretary, together we will continue to deepen this strategic partnership in pursuit of lasting
I don't trust that. Why would we do that?
Peace and shared security.
We build bases in other people's countries, not the other way around. Okay?
Thank you very much.
I'm not what?
Absolutely. Thank you. We wish you that.
Sign now.
Sign and trade. How about that? Yeah. Exchange.
Yeah, bro, I don't know about that. This is really weird, okay? I'm just gonna put that out there. This is strange.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Secretary.
Yeah, I'm with this one. What? I don't know.
Our shared defense goals. Mr. Secretary, together we will continue to deepen this strategic partnership in pursuit of lasting peace.
It doesn't really say anything about what the facility is. Just an Air Force facility.
We further welcome today's signing of the letter of acceptance establishing a Qatari Emir Air Force facility.
What?
Establishing a Qatari Emir Air Force
Near Air Force? I don't know.
Facility at Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. This step strengthens interoperabilities.
So, like on the surface level, this sounds really like sketchy. Like the way it's stated, it sounds like it could mean like a full blown, like an actual air base, like on our soil. But I don't know that that's what it means. They may mean like a collaborative, like basically an office, like on our airbase, on The Mountain Home Air, whatever that is. Let me look that up. Here we go. Mountain Home Air Force Base, U.S. Air Force installation. Yeah. So that's, I'm guessing that's probably what it means. Like an office for collaboration on, whatever stuff, which is certainly less sketchy. But still, I don't know, still sketchy, if you ask me. Definitely a lot less so than a full-blown airbase. Like, you really should have maybe thought about how they were wording this. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I don't like it though. All right, anything else here? We got 11 o'clock. Okay, cool. Let me pop my share off. We are done posing. How you doing, brother?
Doing great. How's it going?
Going
Good
pretty
show.
good. Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm gonna go get some lunch. I'm starving. I haven't had breakfast, so I gotta go eat. But you have a good show, man. Nice. Cool.
Breakfast and lunch.
There you go.
Good.
Good stuff.
So, you have a good lunch.
I will, yeah. Have a good show.
I'll have a good.
See ya.